got a runner.
Motorbike Garage.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Last time around we got the carburetor installed in this old cat. Now this time around, let's see if we can't get the old girl running. I got the new battery in it. I got the new choke hooked up. So let's put a little fuel in here, hit the old start button and see what she does. And we're just gonna walk around, do a quick leak check on everything. Make sure there's no fuel pissing out of anywhere. I got a lot of rodent debris coming out of this clutch housing, coming up through those ducts there. So we got to open this up and have a look inside of there. Definitely had visitors coming in and out of this thing. Looks like they were stashing some food away for the winter or something. I had to drop the foot well down, but you can see all this stuff in there. It's pretty bad. I'm guessing it was a chipmunk. I'm just gonna get in here with my vacuum and suck all that garbage out of there. Clean this thing up. The clutch faces look pretty nice. The belt looks pretty decent. So I think we're gonna get kind of lucky here. We're just gonna clean this up, get all the garbage out of there, and we should be good to go. So we'll throw our clutch cover back on there, get our footwell back on. We'll take her outside for a much needed bath. I hit it with a couple cans of gunk, engine degreaser, and we'll just let that soak in and spray it off and clean it up a little bit. I'm sure it's been a long time since anybody's washed this one. Now the temp light is on this thing, and the radiator was full of mud. So I just plugged my fan directly into the main harness, and I bypassed the switch down into the radiator here, and the fan does work when I power the key on. But my temp light is still lit up. So I played around with it for a little bit longer, and I've come to the conclusion that our engine temp sensor down by the thermostat is bad, so I'm going to replace that too. So let's move on to taking this front end apart and replacing some of these worn out parts here. Came apart pretty easy, didn't put up too much of a fight. See, our CV boot is gone, just ripped to shreds. Wheel bearing, definitely no good. Shock bushings gone, top and bottom. Our brake pads look pretty good though. Our tie rod ends feel good. You know, our A-arm bushings, nice and tight. Ball joints, they're good. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're not at the point where they need to be replaced. I'm gonna run those for sure. Let's start with the wheel bearing. We'll get that one knocked out first. A lot of rust in there. I'm gonna use the press, and we're gonna press it out after taking our snap ring and seals out of it. We'll get our new one fitted. We'll press it in, get our snap ring back on there, Make sure it's in the groove. Push in our new seals and that should be good to go. Then we'll get our new shock bushings installed. That's much better. And then it's time to deal with these ripped axle boots. I tried like hell to get this end to come off and it would not go. Wanted nothing to do with me, so we had to go reverse cowgirl on this one and take the other side off to get the new boot on the opposite side. It's kind of a pain to do it this way, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So we'll slide the new boot on. Slide it down the shaft. We'll get it greased up and get our clamps back on there. These cheaper budget boots can sometimes be a struggle to get your clamps on, but we got it done. The other boot that I wasn't going to replace turned out to be pretty old and dry rotted. So I just used the new boot I had that I was going to use on the other side and I put it on there. So we got 2 fresh boots on this side. We'll get our front end back together on this side with our new wheel bearing and shock bushings and fresh axle boots. Everything's nice and tight now. Should be good to go up in this corner anyway. We got the shock done on this side. Like I said, we're going to have to order another CV boot for this side, but we'll do that when we go to do new tires on it. And we might as well do our rear shocks while we're at it. Just jack it up, take the shocks off, press our new bushings in there. So we got some squeaks, but no more clunking, so that's a good thing. Well, that's it for today. We got temp sensor on order, we got a new petcock on order. We can get the fuel tank back on. I'd like to get the fenders back on up front. I still want to look at this winch before I do that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time around.